lives.
Yeah, after 30 days or something.
Yeah.
It ain't about me.
This is an account of a past life, a fast life. Forgive me for the things I've done. 3B.
All right, we're rolling. So.
My daddy was a redneck, my mama was a hippie. I'm usually a suspect, but nowadays I
Make sure that we are both.
Muskogee County's finest. You damn fucking Skippy. Been on the road for 8 months and I bet they still can't get me. My mama, she don't get it. This type of life I'm living. I'm Mississippi pimping and I'm.
Hey, it's your boy Nate Jax.
It's me, Cody Lane.
Hey, I'm stopping by to talk to my homeboy, my good friend.
Here we are, man. It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
man. Hey, people ask me all the time, do I know who Cody Lane is? Like, man, I know who Cody is, bro. Me and him, we took a trip to Illinois together, bro. How you doing?
I've been good. Better than I was when we went to Illinois.
Boy, that was a fun trip, bro.
I did have a good time.
That was definitely a memory, bro. It was me, you, and Manny. We just hopped in the car and just took off, man. I appreciate you getting me the opportunity, bro.
No, thanks for coming with me. That was my first show, so I wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, the only way I'm coming is if Manny and Nate can come with me.
Man, and we just took off and we had a good time, bro.
Had good talks on the way up there.
Yeah, we did. We talked about a lot of things. We talked about life being men. We talked about politics. We talked about God, religion.
We live streamed it all.
Anything, yeah, man. I mean, I've been doing a documentary thing for a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so I got you here today, man. I want to ask you a few questions, man. I got some topics for you. I want to talk about God,
Okay.
politics,
Okay.
and I want to talk about music.
All right. 2 of those 3 things we're not supposed to talk about, right?
Well, you know, I'm kind of controversial, so let's go ahead and get into it, man.
All right.
First off, I want to do an introduction, man. Everybody know who Cody Lane is, but if there's somebody out there that don't know you, I would like you to introduce yourself.
So my name's Cody Lane. I do music. I've been doing music since like 2022. I'm 36 now. I got 4 kids. Just recently got my 2 oldest here full time as well in the last few months.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. Something I've been praying for a long time. So
prayer works.
I'm an underground artist, I guess you would say. I wouldn't even call myself an independent artist because I don't have all the professional looks on my merch and things like a lot of you independent artists do. So I call myself underground, I guess. But go listen to Muskogee County's finest if you're from the area, and then just dive in from there. I think there's something in the music for everybody.
Man, you definitely, man, me sitting back and being a part of the music scene, man, I've definitely seen the impacts that your music has made on the people in Muskogee, man. How does that make you feel being little Cody Lane and then you just put out some records out there and you see the people react?
Man, it's a really good feeling. A really good feeling. Like I've said this before, the most gratifying thing of everything involved is when people, see you and say, hey, you do music, and they recognize you from it. Because I guess that's the reason we all got into it ultimately.
Yeah.
But as far as like the influences on the music, I just think it's cool to see other artists, and I don't know, I don't want to be so vain and sounding like I think they're doing this maybe because I am. But if that's the case, I think that's really cool. I've seen that some other people are getting ready to drop records, and some of them haven't in years, and I'm like, man, that's fucking awesome.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I seen you was about to get ready to drop your album, man. I started working on my album.
Hell yeah.
I ain't never completed a whole body of work, so I said, let me go ahead and do mine.
You know what you're gonna call it yet?
Man, I am still working on a title, man. It's definitely in the mode of enlightenment, something like that, in that mindset. I'm still working on the title, so y'all be on the way for new music. I got Crowned in Peace. I got a couple of tracks. There's gonna be some singles I want to send to the radio as well.
And speaking of new music, Oklahoma Outlaw Music, Volume 3, March 25th, March 25th, 3/25, it drops. 11 songs. We got videos coming. Nate's gonna help me shoot those. It's gonna be dope, man.
I'm honored to shoot some of your videos, man. I've been working to work with you on this front for a while now, man. So I'm glad I got the opportunity to do that. So I'm gonna ask you a question. So we around the same age, bro. So who was some of your musical influences that got you into actually making music, bro?
As far as I never really thought I'd make music when I was younger, but who I listen to and still do to this day, 50 Cent.
Okay.
Young Jeezy.
Okay.
T.I.
Definitely my era.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Lil Wayne. But
Okay.
in 2007, 2008, Lil Wayne was on a tear.
Yeah, he was tearing it up.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't mean to get into the politics thing already, but really one of the big influences for making the kind of music I make was Kid Rock.
Okay.
Because he kind of in the early 2000s, that was his scene. He was doing like the white trash rap, I guess you would call it.
It was I can't say that, but yes, and it was mixed with that rock. It was rock rap.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? That's the time MTV was really popping when we was kids. That's what we seen, him and Limp Bizkit in that era. So to expand on that question, what made you decide to, hey, I'm going to jump in the studio one day?
Because I got a story to tell, man. Because like, you know, a lot of my music talks about like the dark days, and some of it talks about it in a lighthearted manner, and it can seem almost in a positive light, but it's not when you actually read the lyrics. It's my testimony, to be honest. My hopes is that somebody will hear it, and thank God, I think this has already happened. People will hear a song, and it'll inspire them to change.
Okay.
Honestly.
Okay. I got it. Go ahead, and if you got anything else that you want to say?
That's just why I started making it. It was because I knew as I was going through that struggle, as I was living in it, I picked up rapping, and I always wrote, and then it clicked with me. Hey, when I'm on the other side of this, I'm gonna do music, because at the same time all that was going on, I seen these other guys that looked like me making this kind of music, and I was like, they're all lame anyway. But man, if I go tell my story, it's nothing like anybody else has done, and tons of people will relate. So that's why we got started.
I'm trying to figure out how I want to phrase this question, man. So like, I hear you say God, and me personally know you. I know you talk about God a lot, man. Like we wouldn't be here without God, bro. So how has your relationship with God helped shape your music that you write?
That's a good question. How does my relationship with God help shape the music that I write? I try.
Is it a subtle influence, or do you feel you just have certain things to say?
I feel like I've got certain things to say. I feel like I'm not like doing the hands and feet. You know, which the Bible says it's supposed to be the hands and the feet.
Mm-hmm.
I think that my voice is me being the hands and the feet sometimes. Now, granted, you will hear songs where I'm not using the greatest language or telling the prettiest story, but you have to understand that that's how some people are going to get reached.
Yes, sir.
That's how some people are going to hear the gospel is through shit like that. So
I totally agree with you on that. I ain't gonna push back on you on that, man, because when me personally, when it comes to God, man, I have a relationship with God, and I believe, man, I'm supposed to do my work on the street. I'm supposed to be out here spreading the good news and spreading my stories, sharing my testimony with people, and letting them know it's gonna be okay. You can make it. With God on your side, you can make it through anything. And so I definitely agree with you on that one, brother. So my next question is, all right, let's see. Country rap can get on the wild side sometimes.
yeah.
Seeing some of your, I've seen some of your content, Cody, man. I've seen some of your online spats, man.
I said some crazy shit.
Yeah. So, how do you personally balance your faith with the lifestyle often that surrounds your genre of music?
I don't do the whole, they all, let me start over, edit that out.
Yeah, right.
When, right now's the time of year where all these artists are starting up on their festival and their events, and they're going, every other weekend or every weekend and going and doing a 3-day festival. And that's where a lot of like the debauchery, I guess you would say, happens. Yeah. And I learned early on that, one, I don't believe in the same things that a lot of Christians believe as far as what is sin, like what is right and what is wrong. I think that there's some discussion to be had there. But I stay away from getting, ever since Illinois, I don't get wasted. I'm not, because I realized how bad that was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Glad I got that out of the way on the first time.
Yep.
What happened in Illinois when me and Nate and Manny went is, as soon as we got there, man, they were handing me jars of moonshine, and I was pretty fucked up before I got there.
That was some fire.
And they just kept handing it to me, and oh my gosh. So before I hit the stage, I was just gone. And, but I learned that, man, you got to be professional and stuff like that. And I always just try and carry myself, no matter where I'm at and who I'm around, in a way where people can see a godly influence, can see the fruits of the Spirit in me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've developed that recently. So,
Okay. I like that, bro. You like, it's all a process and it's a journey, man. And we're all growing and we're all learning. So we just keep on putting that good foot forward and we keep on trying to progress. This is where I was and this is where I'm going. So I definitely see your progression. Even though we might not be in contact, I still check after you online, make sure you good. If I see something too wild, I'm like, hey man, what's going on?
yeah.
But okay. So yeah, man, I understand that. Have you ever wrote a song and you released it anyway that you sometimes you have to like, man, I might upset somebody if I drop this song, if I say this lyric?
Oh yeah, bro. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's kind of the nature of my music being so raw and so true. Is like, yeah, I'm telling these stories, and there's gonna be a bad guy in them. There's gonna be people that did wrong, and I don't shy away from pretty well making it known who they were. So the first time I recorded "Pay You Back," and I talked in there about how my dad was abusive to my mom, and I stopped right then. The first time in the studio, I stopped. Stood to myself for a second. I said, am I really gonna put all our business out there for the whole world to see? And God told me, man, is it true? I said, yeah, it's true. Tell it.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty much what I've adopted. There have been songs I've put out to where I'm like, man, am I really gonna make me look this way?
Yeah.
Like, with no secrets and stuff like that. Like, I thought, man.
See, now this is the juicy shit.
Yeah, for sure. And because I was worried, I mean, you hear that song, and when you hit the second hook after the first verse, you're just like, fuck him. You're mad at me.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. I would be too. But the second verse, kind of explains and apologizes and tries to clear it up. But yeah, I felt like because of my past, I might as well. That's why I titled that song No Secrets. So yeah, it says it in the hook, but because I didn't want, coming into this, I knew that, man, my past, they're going to find this out about me.
Yeah.
And if I have any kind of success, it'll be front page news. People will be all over it. Oh, he hits women. And so I just thought, you know what? I'm going to address this. That was the third video I dropped. Third song I dropped. And so there's been other ones since then. And it's not just about the domestic situations, but songs like Grimy and shit like that.
Man, I love Grimy.
I love that song too. And everybody thinks that it's sweet because it feels super hype. But it's actually like kind of a knock on the life that I was living.
Yeah.
Kind of dogging it actually. But so yeah, I'd say that the way I write, I'm more so worried about things that are going to affect me, but I can't let that affect my decision. So I always try and drop it.
Can't mute your truth.
Yeah, if I'm going to testify, I got to testify about everything. I can't hold back parts. If I'm going to give you the story, you got to have the whole story. So yeah.
All right. So my next question, man, this one's going to be more for the TikTok viewers.
Let me turn the air on real quick.
Yeah, you good. He getting hot. Some of these questions are a little warm for him. He getting a little uncomfortable. Yeah, this is what we here for. Hey, it's your boy Nate Jax. And make sure y'all hit the thumbs up button, man, wherever you watching this set.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I was sweating.
All right. So this is gonna kind of segue into our next portion, man. So hopefully they still watching. Y'all watching, man. Y'all show us some love. Do you think? Oh yes, I'm saying this is gonna be more of a broader talk. We're not just talking to Muskogee. We're talking to everybody on this one. Do you think cancel culture has made artists more silent or more bold?
Right now, more silent, no doubt about it. I think if you look at comedy and you take that as the standard as far as entertainment, I mean, there's jokes you can't make. There's jokes you can't make anymore, or you will. It's gonna cost you money for sure if you make those jokes, and it damn near probably could get you canceled.
Yep.
I mean, there's just things you can't joke about. And I remember growing up listening to, Cat Williams, he's still the same way.
Yeah.
And other comedians that just said anything they wanted. I mean, nothing was off limits.
There was a more freedom, and you could just say it and have a good. It wasn't a joke is a joke. All right, people. When you tell them a good joke and it's a stereotype joke, it can be funny if you're not coming from a place of
hate.
Thank you, Cody. You took the word right out of my mouth. Me and Cody can make a black-white joke right now. We're not going to do it in front of y'all because y'all might get offended. But we know that
it wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother us because we not doing it from a place of hate, man. All right, so you had something?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so my last question to round out this portion is, man, you doing this. We both artists, man. So what's more important to you? Is it the truth or the popularity?
The truth. I mean, that's easy. The truth. Like I said, it's my testimony, so I can't lie.
As an artist, my truth is more important than popularity. Like you were saying earlier, bro, when we just walk around town and people say, hey, you make music. That's popularity.
Yeah.
And I'm not even necessarily chasing that. It's a cool feeling.
Yeah, it's gratifying.
But I'm not chasing that. My message and what I'm spreading is more important than I am. If I can, God, like we was talking about God told me this, do this message. This is my assignment. And I feel gratified. I feel good when I can complete just sitting down doing this interview with you.
Yeah.
It's making me feel good because you're a friend of mine and you got a bigger platform than I do. But I'm helping you get your message out.
Yeah.
That's gratifying to me.
Yeah. I appreciate you coming out, man.
No problem, bro. It's been too long, bro. We need to do this more often. Cody Lane will be back, and he will be on the Porch Podcast. He just don't know it yet.
Yeah, because I got some shit to say. Well, when y'all get me some Kool-Aid, just no ice, just some Kool-Aid. Thank you.
All right. This all ties in. Do you think faith should influence political views? Or should faith and politics stay separate? That's a tough one. And I honestly want to know your answer to this one.
Okay, that's a loaded question. What I think happens when you get too far away from a faith-based set of ideas is where we're at today. With the whole files and everything. I'm not going to save it because I don't want the video to get flagged. With everything that we come to know since Valentine's Day. I think that's what happens if we don't keep faith to some extent, not necessarily one certain religion, but a moral compass, which generally comes with people with faith. They generally have, you hope, they have some kind of sort of moral compass. Instead,
I agree with that.
The thing, that's where we end up, so shit like today, the depravity and SRAs, satanic ritual abuse that they were doing. Now I will say, and I don't know if this is kind of straying from that question, I think that now more than ever, if you don't know God yet, if you don't know Christ yet, then what are you doing? Because I mean, it's so obvious that He's real.
Yeah. That
He's real. That the spiritual realm, the supernatural, is real. I mean, the most powerful people in the world were just caught involved in sacrifice rituals to the other end of the spectrum, of the spiritual spectrum, to the evil end, and they have fought like hell for the last 100 years or more, really ever since time existed, with people here on the earth to disprove God. I mean, it's all, even now that we've caught them red-handed in these satanic ritual abuse things, they're like, oh, that's not what this is. We're not really for the devil, because He's not real. Because if He was real, God would have to be real. He's not, so that's not what it was. We're just sick. It's pretty much what they're, I'm like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
You can't lie to me. So, and the thing about power is it will always, corruption will find power.
Yes.
It just comes kind of hand in hand with it. So, I don't know.
So, okay, so my next question, bro, is like, man, we both say we believe our work is on the street, spreading our messages on the street. Man, we're doing it. We couldn't do it without God. If Jesus came back today, right now, do you think He would get involved in the politics that's going on right now? Because back in the day, He was turning over tables and going against the organized religions and stuff like that. Well, what do you think today? What would Jesus do? WWJD.
I don't think that his concern is so much. I mean, it tells us that his concern is going to be so much bigger than politics, right? I mean, He has to come back, and then there's going to be like a war that we win, but there's going to be a war, and so He's concerned about all these things. I think that Jesus is probably a lot more concerned about people's souls than how people vote. That would be my guess. I see a lot of things. The church is so disappointed. I think He'd be very disappointed with the church today. For sure, bro. Because I seen a post the other day from a pastor when it was snowy and icy, and I won't say who. You know who you are, though. But
you know who you was.
You know who you are. They posted a video of these kids doing donuts in the church parking lot on this icy day. Yeah. And like, we're complaining about it. And like, people were on there like griping. And I went ahead and commented. I was like, I'm pretty sure that this isn't the way you're supposed to represent yourself. I'm pretty sure that kids having fun shouldn't be a big deal to you. You're not winning any souls for the cause of Christ by these types of posts. In fact, I'd venture to say you're probably pushing more people away. And he took the post down. But yeah, church, he'd be very disappointed in the church. The church has dropped the ball, in my opinion. And that's not a knock to anybody who goes to church or anything like that. I'm just talking about as a whole, we've handled things so shitty. And especially right now. Right now, because so many people are adopting this idea that you must be a Republican to be a Christian. Or you must vote for one candidate to be a Christian. Or have one, you have to check all the boxes. You have to believe in everything we believe in for you to actually have salvation and things like that.
Bro, that's deep. And I'm glad you said that, man. That is, I don't know if you always believe that, but I see that as growth from some of your political and even commentary that we had on the trip to Illinois.
Yeah.
I think that's growth in seeing what God would like. God said, he said, he ain't said nothing about no church. He said, love the Father and love y'all neighbor.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, that was it, bro.
Love the Lord your God, and love your neighbor as yourself. I mean,
amen.
But yeah, it's to see people weaponizing religion. Oh boy, it's super frustrating. To see the government weaponizing religion. Because here's the thing. They asked Trump on the plane the other day, and I don't mean to say his name specifically, or because guys, I can't vote. I'm a felon. They won't even let me. So it's true. So don't take my opinion.
I'm sorry. It's not funny that you're a felon. It's funny because of the conversation that we had years before.
Yeah. So he goes on there. He's on Air Force One or something, and some interviewer asked him, "Do you think when you get to heaven, do you think God will be proud of you?" Or a question like that. Ultimately,
I seen that.
Yeah, and he said, "I don't think that I'm going to get into heaven.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the man is actually saved. I don't think. I mean, whoa! Am I saying something shocking, everybody?
Yeah, boy, you gonna get stop, boy. You gonna get yourself in trouble now.
I'm keeping it a bill. I really don't, because there is regardless. Hey, fiscally, I'm not arguing policies. I'm not arguing anything right now. What I'm saying is, what's in your heart? I judge somebody by what's in their heart, and I see a lot of hate and a lot of he's got revenge in his heart. Anytime anybody crosses him, it's vengeful. It's, so there's that part. I just, it's crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in, man. It really does point to, I think, that Christ is coming back before long.
I agree with you, man. And I don't have too much to rebut on that, man. Me personally, when it comes to that, I think it's same bird, two different wings. They don't give a fuck about each other. They don't give a fuck about the people, man.
Dude, we've seen that. They're literally stealing. I'm not going to get into that.
Go ahead. You got the floor. This is the Cody Lane interview.
Bro, I mean, have you seen some of the things in those?
Yeah.
I seen a deal yesterday that said he had a dentist office at one of his houses to remove teeth.
Yeah. Seen something about eating flesh. I seen pictures of the old prince leaning over people.
Yeah, they say
kids and shit. Oh man, it's just good.
I mean, when you understand that they use the word pizza as a code.
It's crazy, bro.
Yes, here's the thing. Something's got to happen, right? I mean, something has to happen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And by the way, I seen two things. First thing, it just preceded what my original thought. We can't sit around and say nothing's going to happen, because then you know what? Nothing will. If we all keep saying that out loud, then that's what it'll be. No, nothing, because something is going to. It has to. And I can't remember where I was going with the original point now, but yeah, something has to happen. They're snatching up. They're all complicit. That's what I was going to say. Everybody. Not just they say, I heard a number last night, 8,500 people worldwide are involved with this deal.
Yeah.
8,500 people. So you think about it. There are some influential celebrities. There are some powerful world leaders. But there had to have been, because they weren't the ones actually out here snatching the kids up.
Had to be people out there actually snatching kids up.
It had to be sheriffs. It had to be doctors. It had to be district attorneys, judges.
That shit's wild, bro.
Wild. And I'm not accusing anybody, and I'm not saying that anybody because
not calling nobody's name, but he just
I'm just saying that
it had to be somebody that did that shit.
Yes, and they had to have they had to have any kind of criminal enterprise like that has to have people on the other side of the fence. Maybe not on the payroll, but on camera doing something they could blackmail them for or whatever.
Yeah.
They definitely had, like I said, judges, attorneys, doctors, nurses, social workers. There had to have been on some level in some different places, social workers that knew.
So that leads me into my next question. As an artist, do you feel that you have a responsibility to, when you see these things, to speak on them on your platform? Because we're building platforms, like it or not.
Yeah.
So do you feel like you have an obligation? Do you sometimes shy away from those moments? Or
I've tried to in the past. I've tried to shy away and try and just, because, it's like Michael Jordan said, Republicans buy sneakers too. Mm-hmm. So I've tried to stay away from it in the past.
To my next question.
But now, with what's going on today, I'm a human first.
Yeah.
I'm a man first. And what I see in these files and what I see, all this reporting, I have to say something. I think we all should feel the requirement and the burden and the must to do something, and definitely to say something, and then the action will follow with this. I mean, we got to protect the kids, man.
Yes, sir.
I mean, as a decent human being, your responsibility is not just to watch out and protect your kids, but all of them. And I think that's what it boils down to for me. Hold on. Hey, let me finish this. I'm doing an interview right now.
Hey, this is really uncut. We don't edit none of this. We keep it rolling. All right, phone call happened. You a busy man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Happiness. Hey, man. So that kind of leads me into my next question. How would you actually define what you do? Is it country rap, or?
I wouldn't even. I'm trying to. I mean, you can't deny that I got a lot of twang in my voice when you hear me. Mm-hmm. And most of my beats have guitars on them. Mm-hmm. But I would just call it rap.
Just rap music?
Yeah, I'm trying to get away from the whole country rap thing because, like you said earlier, it's kind of wild, and a lot of it, beef has been the center focus for the last couple of years. Mm-hmm.
So do you answer my question for me already? So do you kind of feel like trapped between the two worlds sometimes, or do you
honestly
feel like you're like you don't know which direction to
I just kind of do what I want. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes time for me to write and I feel like I'm going to write, I just kind of sit down and pick the beat. I just kind of do what I want. And then however people perceive it and whatever people want to label it from there, mm-hmm. they can. I have in the past deliberately tried to stay away. I've made posts and claims that I'm not a country rapper and shit like that. Just because there was so much negative. If you look from the other side, just the hip hop side, mm-hmm. a lot of those guys laugh at the country rap genre because it is so corny and so shitty a lot of the time. But I've been blessed to where people of every color listen to Cody Lane. Mm-hmm. People of any age listen to Cody Lane. And so that's just kind of where I'm at. I just do what I want.
Okay.
You know?
Man, now we done got the hard questions out the way. I mean, I think that was pretty fun. I got to pick your brain a little bit. I've been wanting to know some of these things, actually. Now, it's time for the fun stuff, y'all. The whole reason that we here, Cody Lane. Go ahead and let them know all about Oklahoma, or is it Muskogee? Muskogee Outlaw Music?
Oh, Oklahoma Outlaw Music.
Oklahoma Outlaw Music 3. Let them know.
It harkens back to the first one in the sense that there are songs that are heartfelt and introspective, and then there are songs that are grimy. And it goes back to one of the things I did with the first one that I kind of did a little in the second one, but kind of strayed from with my writing is I just told my stories again. Just told the accounts of these real stories, and so I'm really excited about it. I think from top to bottom, it's the best project I've done. I don't know that I'll ever have another song like Muskogee County's Finest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was such a wild thing that was the first one.
Magical. When I heard that shit, I was like, "What the fuck?"
But and I may have a song that's bigger eventually, but. That song will be played in 40 years or in 20 years because there's kids in town that listen to it and love it. So I guarantee you, when they're our age, they're still going to be playing it.
Just like we played Lil Wayne, like we play Lil Chris, like we play our yes,
Facts.
Sir.
And so to me, that's the coolest thing. But this project, from top to bottom, it's I don't think there's any skips on it. I got features from just Manny. Manny's going to be on a couple of tracks. Dustin Green is on one. Hitman of Outlaw Nation is on the song Bunk, which is I dropped that about 10 months ago. But it's going to be on the record too. And then Shelby K gives me a feature on this. I got a song with a girl on there, and boy, I like the way it sounds.
Okay. Yeah. So is this like the last part of the trilogy?
I would probably. I can't answer that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of. It kind of keeps coming back. I mean, I wasn't after I did Oklahoma Outlaw Music Volume 1 because I titled it that. I felt like I at least had to do a Volume 2.
Yeah.
And so I've, and then I was gonna be done with it at that point. I was gonna start doing some other stuff. In fact, I had another name. I was gonna call this one Free Cody Lane.
Okay.
But I ended up going with the Oklahoma Outlaw Music 3. It just seems to keep coming back around. I like that. That's actually my LLC is Oklahoma Outlaw Music. So
okay.
That's where I try.
That's something that you built. That's your brand.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. I got one more question for you.
All right.
Well, I don't know if it's a question, but bruh, how the fuck you make it in the mugs? What the fuck happened with this nigga was in Cody Lane? Excuse me, this brother was in Muskogee mugs. What happened?
Man, in 2021, I got a little brother who's a shithead, and he knows I love him, but he's a shithead.
Yeah.
And he called me. He had been, he was not in his right mind, and he called me like talking shit. I'm like, bet. I'll come down there and whoop your ass like I have my whole life. I'll come down there and do it again.
Yeah.
So I went down there and did it again and beat him up. Really, I should have. I ain't gonna talk too much about it. I should have really tuned him up, but I didn't. You heard me? Yeah. Anyway, and I let it ride because that's 2021. So like the jail was, I knew I had this warrant, okay, for misdemeanor assault and battery, but I let it ride because I didn't really have the money to go deal with it. Thought I'd have to hire an attorney, and it rode up until this January the 1st.
Yeah.
And because the reason I let it ride, and I'll say this, COVID status is what the jail was on.
Okay.
And what that meant is if you didn't have a felony warrant, they weren't going to take you in.
Yeah.
They'd stop you. If you had a misdemeanor warrant, you were free to go. And so I didn't sweat it. And then we got stopped one night. The cops let me out that night. They didn't take me to jail. They was real cool. And then they weren't very cool when they came and picked me up for my kids' wrestling practice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They got you at the wrestling practice?
At the wrestling practice, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
But yeah, I was in it. It wasn't like I was in for long at all. That was at 7 o'clock. They picked me up. They were cool enough to like let me call my bondsman and stuff before I even left. And so I was home by 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just
Just
had to pick you up, man. Okay. Well, man, I think that's all I got for you, bro. I am thankful, man, that you gave me the opportunity to sit here and interview, bro. Some of these stories that you telling the people, man, I got a chance to witness or be around for that shit. So that was just fucking dope to see where you started and where you going, bro. Because you're not finished yet. You got a lot more to do.
You're right.
Life like hide and seek. Only thing I know how to cook's methamphetamine. Don't wanna earn an honest dollar. I've been printing these. Family's been distributing green.